Chapter 1 Exiles Vision. The morning Dr. Kael Ashworth was expelled from the Academy of Genetic Sciences. He didn't protest. He didn't cry. He didn't even pack a bag. He simply collected the pages of his final lecture unread, unpresented, and walked out through the glass gates of New Atlantis without a word. The city loomed behind him, white and gleaming like a shrine to engineered utopia. It was the world's crown jewel, clean, efficient, harmonious. Genetic imperfections had been scrubbed out. No one grew old without consent. No one suffered depression or disease. Children were ordered like catalog entries. Beauty, intelligence, temperance, all customizable. But beneath the perfection, Kael saw decay. A society without hunger had lost its appetite. A people without fear had lost ambition. Emotion was dulled. Art had become symmetrical but hollow. Even laughter was filtered. To Kael, the city didn't feel alive. It felt embalmed. The freighter left the docks at sunrise. Kael watched from the bow as New Atlantis shrank into the mist, its spires like ivory needles threading the sky. He felt no sorrow, only clarity. His exile was not punishment. It was liberation. 3 days into the journey, the ship's captain approached him, a wiry man named Thorn, who had seen too much to believe in anything but weather and waves. "You don't look like a refugee," Thorn said, lighting a pipe with wind-bitten fingers. "You look like a man carrying dynamite in his head." Kael didn't look away from the horizon. "Maybe I am." "You running from something?" "No, toward something." He turned. "Captain, do you believe humanity is perfectible?" Thorn puffed thoughtfully. "I believe a man will kill his brother for water. I believe that same man will die to save a stranger. Perfect? Hell no. But maybe that's the point." Kael smiled faintly. "Exactly." He looked back toward the ocean, toward possibility. "Perfection is the death of evolution," he whispered. Chapter 2 The island that shouldn't be. The island didn't exist, not officially. It had no name, no national flag, no entry in satellite records. Just a jagged crescent of volcanic rock in the Cerulean Sea, claimed through layers of anonymous shell companies and encrypted channels. Kael named it Anka, after a star once considered an omen of new beginnings. The first months were spent in solitude, his only companions the sound of wind and waves and the pulse of machines as he constructed his lab from imported modules, glass, steel, and carbon, solar towers, underground chambers, a greenhouse where he began his experiments, not with humans, but with nature. He engineered trees that bent at impossible angles, flowers that pulsed with bioluminescent veins, algae that shimmered with shifting hues. Nothing was symmetrical. Nothing was stable. Everything contained variance. "Symmetry is not beauty," Kael said into his recorder one night. "Symmetry is control. Nature thrives in irregularity. Life advances through tension." Each plant was a metaphor, a prototype. Within a year, others came. He didn't advertise. He didn't need to. Word traveled in hushed whispers across obscure message boards, encrypted forums, academic blacklists, disillusioned scientists, rogue artists, exiled philosophers. Among them, Dr. Elena Vasquez, once head of genetic curation at the Academy. She had designed perfection packages for the wealthy. One day, she aborted a child deemed too spirited by its parents. She quit the next morning. Marcus Chen, a professor of dialectical theory, who was fired for claiming that conflict was necessary for moral development. "We've bred out pain," he'd written, "and with it, conscience." Sarah Ibn Rashid, a poet whose verses were banned for inciting emotional unrest. She believed sorrow was sacred. Together, they built the Cerulean Project. The laboratory became a campus, meta-commune, but it was no utopia. It was messy, loud, charged with disagreement. And Kael welcomed it. "Order is not the enemy of chaos," he told them during a fireside lecture. "It is its partner. Harmony is only meaningful if it emerges from discord." His work shifted from plants to mammals, mice, then monkeys, then eventually consenting human subjects, not for correction, but creation. He proposed something radical, dialectical genetics splicing traits not for harmony, but contradiction. Aggression with empathy, hyperfocus with wild imagination, beauty with physical anomaly. Every subject was an experiment in balance through balance. Many failed, some thrived. But Kael wasn't trying to cure anything. He was trying to provoke something, a new kind of human, not perfect, whole.